Excuse the video of the house, guys. Just bear with me as I set up the scene. I'm gonna get to the house thing in just a minute here, but let me tell the story that leads up to the house. So it's 2019. I'm teaching, and I realize that I'm sick of teaching. I don't feel any joy. I don't feel any happiness. I just go to work every day like a working 9 to 5 schlong. I'm a human being. I want to be happy. I mean, don't you want to be happy? Who doesn't want to be happy? So I thought, well, why am I doing this thing that I don't want to do when I know exactly what I do want? I want to live in the Philippines. I want to live my life in the Philippines. I would rather be making half my income but living in the Philippines. That's what I decided to do. I decided I'm going to stop teaching after this contract, and I'm going to pack my bags, and I'm going to go to the Philippines, and I'm going to make a new home there. I'm going to make a new life there. What happened was my contract did finish, and I went home to visit my parents, way out of the way. I went home to visit my parents for 1 month because I thought it would be the last time I'd see them for years or forever. But so there I am at home. I finished my 1 month. I flew off to the Phils for what I thought would be a lifelong trip. So I was planning to teach English online. That was my whole thing there, right? I was going to teach English online. That's how I was going to sort of get started with my income in the Philippines because, I've got a good amount of savings, but, I didn't really want my savings to go down as I'm figuring out what to do. It's not a good situation to be in. So I was going to teach online. Only pays about 1,000 pesos an hour, 20 US dollars. But, whatever, it's a good start. So I land in the Philippines and I get to my apartment and I thought I'm going to start setting up this teaching thing the next day. So the next day comes and what do you think happens? I did not set up the teaching thing and I procrastinated for a week and I thought, okay, now I got to get started on the teaching thing. But of course I did not. And what I realized was I don't really want to teach anymore. I don't want to teach online. I don't want to teach in the classroom. I just don't feel like teaching. I want to start a new life. But I thought, okay, I got to get a new plan because, it's all about being happy. It's following your happiness. And so I thought, okay, what I'm going to do is with this new plan is I'm going to travel around the Philippines because prior to this, I was mainly in and around the Manila area. Here I am in CDO. I decided that I'm going to travel around for about several months, 6 months or more. I'm going to find where I want to retire. And then the plan is to go back to Korea, work, start a business, and then come back and retire and build my dream house. And so let's talk about this dream house, okay? And when I say dream house, what I mean is kind of like a forever home. And is to lease some land and build a small concrete home. So if you got a small house, it's a lot easier to maintain. It's cheaper to cool down. It's easier to clean. It's cheaper to custom build, okay? For example, you want to get the best tiles, the best furniture. Well, it's going to be a lot cheaper to get that best furniture because you don't need a lot of furniture when you're living in a place like this. I love the patio life. So as you can see here, it's got a nice patio. I'm going to have some ceiling fans above the patio. And you're going to spend most of the day on the patio. You're not going to spend it inside unless you want to cool down with aircon. Think about what you do inside. You're going to sleep, you're going to cook, you're going to wash, right? So there you go. You're in the house. You got the bed, you got the kitchen, that's all you need for the inside, okay? You can lie in bed with YouTube if you want, but that's all you need. And a smaller house means more space for the patio because I'm a patio kind of guy. And if you got a small house, then you have more space for a patio. Okay. So the thing is, if you got a cheap house like this is going to cost 10 grand, right? So if you do need to leave for any reason at all, you're only leaving 10 grand behind. But you're not really leaving it behind because that 10 grand, you would have spent out on rent if you were renting someplace. Because if you're going to live in the your only expense every month is the the electricity and the lease on the land. So no, I just want to put the price into perspective, okay? So let's say you're in the city and let's say you're paying 15,000 pesos a month. That 15,000 a month is going to be 180,000 pesos for the year. In 5 years, it'll be 900,000 pesos. Okay, so think about that when it comes to having to walk away from this house. If you walk away in 5 years, you've saved yourself $400,000. So you might think of it as you're walking away from 500,000, but just think about that when it comes to efficiency with your money. It really is a good investment to build a small house with a lease and stay there for 5 years.